All right, let us go. Well, we'd be going to Columbia either way, but in this particular case, we're going to Columbia, Missouri. South Carolina at Missouri. Missouri is a 13.5-point favorite. This is Vegas saying we do not think LaNorris Sellers is going to play in this game.
Yeah, I mean, concussion stuff. I don't know. You actually just went through it. You tell me, what's concussion protocol look like for a player?
So the bare minimum is 7 days to get back. So if you have any sort of symptoms day 2, you're not getting back in 7 days. And what you have to, when you feel symptom free, that's when you tell them, and then they start working you back in, and that process takes 5 to 6 days. So that's the clock was ticking, basically on Saturday night.
Even if he was symptom free Sunday morning, he's not practicing this week.
He could get, if he was symptom free Sunday morning, he could actually probably get back for the game. But
you might not. He wouldn't have a full week of practice, and quarterbacks.
No. You wouldn't start. You wouldn't have like a full. Now quarterbacks are not live at practice anyway.
Yeah.
So the version of what he can do at practice, you could probably start doing Tuesday or Wednesday, and that's the best case scenario. So you're not going to get because remember in college football by Thursday the hay's pretty much in the barn. You're practicing in shells on Thursday, kind of going through what you've already installed, and then Friday's a walkthrough. So it's going to be tough. And again, this line is telling us what they think is going to happen. They think Sellers isn't playing. We saw Luke Doty come in. That was not inspiring. The South Carolina fans on the message board were like, "Where's Aaron Noland?"
Where was he?
On the sidelines.
I know. I would have liked to see him play. 5-star.
Well, Shane Beamer did say they might take a look at some things. The criticism in South Carolina is most squarely on offensive coordinator Mike Shula's shoulders. That's where everybody seems to be upset, and the person they're directing most of their anger at. But here's the thing. We saw Vandy dominate them after Sellers went out, but I think Vandy was kind of dominating them when Sellers was playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been closer had Sellers not gotten knocked out, but I don't think South Carolina would have won that game. The way Missouri is playing this year, if there's no Sellers, I like Mizzou, even with all these points, because Missouri has been outstanding so far this year. Beau Pribula is excellent. And,
we need to have the Beau Pribula. You want to have it?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm afraid, but I'm going to do it because I like.
I know what you're going to say, so just say it.
Okay. Is Penn State worse off?
Now, the Missouri fans who are watching this going, well, you just pick us or pick South Carolina? They don't care if Penn State fans feel worse off or better off. But I'm sure there's a few Penn State fans watching this too. I'm sure they're asking that question.
Is this Will Levis all over again?
It could be. It very well could be. And the thing is, now Pribula was allowed to do more at Penn State than Will Levis was. Pribula had to come in some situations like the Wisconsin game last year where it wasn't just you're the running quarterback, here's the package. It was no, here, come in and run the offense. And I thought he did a good job with it. But now you're seeing him in command of his own offense, and he's electrifying.
Yeah, if this Beau Pribula is what we've been seeing all year, like that's who he is, like Drew Aller would probably still be a better NFL prospect because of his size and nature and arm strength. But frick, man, like a slippery running quarterback.
Who looks more like Trace McSorley? It would be the question I'd ask. And it's Beau Pribula.
It's not even an insult to Drew Aller. It's like, would you take Trace McSorley right now if you were Penn State with that?
Of course
team?
you would. Of course,
because he's just and like that's the thing that like I was like thinking back about with our best quarterback board. Like I like had a quarterback board that everyone's making fun of that basically mirrored the way that the NFL draft big board would look like, and like that's not the right way of looking at it, man. College football players like Haynes King probably isn't going to be a 10-year NFL starter, but you're telling me that's not a quarterback you'd want leading your team? Diego Pavia, maybe?
Diego Pavia.
Like, doesn't Beau Pribula remind you of like Haynes King in in Diego Pavia in the sense of like, hey, this guy is just like freaking dude in college. Like, I don't know. But what I do know is 14 points or 13.5 points is a lot of points, bro. Like,
it
oh
is.
my God. I think Missouri's going to win, but I'm going to lay 13.5.
Pribula, the way he can move, because we saw this with Kyron Jones against South Carolina, where Kyron Jones probably playing in that offense would have been beaten up a lot more by Dylan Stewart and company if he couldn't move as well as he did. Pribula moves really well, and also you got to worry about Ahmad Hardy if you're defending Missouri.
Was he like
Ahmad Hardy is averaging 8.1 yards a carry.
I was watching the game cast of their game. It was like 19-yard run, 27-yard run, 13-yard run. Every run was like yeah. I don't know. This is an SEC game. It's in the wrong Columbia. I'm taking 13.5. It's too many.
There's nothing wrong with Columbia, Missouri. It's a wonderful town.
No, they're both Columbia.
I say that as someone who's born in Columbia, South Carolina.
I meant the wrong Columbia for my pick, not the wrong Columbia.
Gotcha.
I'm going to take 13.5 and just like close my eyes and hope for the best.
Wow. But that's what you're doing. If LaNorris Sellers doesn't play, you are closing your eyes and hoping for the best. And
I do wonder too if there's a difference between backup quarterback that goes into the game if an injury happens and backup quarterback that you prepare for all week.
Well, and that's the question. And is Doty that person? Is somebody else that person? Doty looked like the guy you put in if you lose your guy for a game.
I gotta say,
because remember, Doty was a quarterback initially. He was actually a blue chip recruit, but he had changed positions. Like, he's back there now, but is he the guy you go with if Sellers is out for an extended period of time? Now, if it's a concussion, you're expecting Sellers back. Like he might miss this game, but you expect him back. So that's the question. Who do you prepare at that point?
Yeah. Cade Klubnik, Arch Manning, DJ Lagway, and now LaNorris Sellers. Now, Sellers didn't play poorly. He just
I was going to say, Sellers didn't stink. He got hurt.
No, I'm saying, like, in terms of the four dudes, and even Garrett Nussmeier to a certain extent, like, the quarterback perceptions and what we get to watch on Saturday are either you stink or you're injured, and that sucks.
But it allows for people like Beau Pribula to come in and become stars.
Yeah, like, you know what would be a really funny bit, and I don't know if we should do this week, but it occurred to me on Saturday, and I never told you this, would be if you and I did a re-ranking of the best 10 quarterbacks in the country on a show.
Well, I was thinking about that too, because that graphic from April has really made the rounds in the last few days. And Andy, look, but I got to wear it. I put it out there. It's my fault.
But do you put Beau Pribula in the list? If you could redo the list right now, does Beau Pribula go on it?
Can I watch this game first?
No, let's do it this week. Let's be wrong again.
Yeah, let's watch this game first. All right, Ari. You're taking South Carolina because I am with you. That is a ton of points. But I'm not with you on this pick. This is BetMGM telling us they don't think LaNorris Sellers is going to play. If LaNorris Sellers isn't playing, I will take Missouri to cover the 13.5.
We'll see.
We'll find out. We will find out.